Whether you're a surfer, a swimmer, or just someone who loves being at the beach, we're right there with you. But did you ever think you could pick a career path that's centered around your love of the ocean? Hi, I'm Jenny with Roadtrip Nation, where we believe that a great way to explore careers is by exploring all of the interesting places where your interests intersect. So today, we're going to start with your interest in the ocean, mix that up with all kinds of other interests and fields that might interest you too, and discover what kinds of career paths are possible. Here are 5 jobs for people who love the ocean. Dean O'Malley is the president of Jetpack America, a company that lets you fly water-propelled jetpacks, jetboards, and jet bikes over the ocean. He wears lots of different hats, from certified flight instructor to social media rep, but most of his job involves hanging out in the water all day and helping the world see how much fun it is to fly a jetpack.
I really got lucky getting here. Right place, the right time. Actually, a friend of mine from college, she showed me this YouTube video of this guy walking on water and flying above it. And I said, I don't know what that is, but I like it. My job is to take people out and show them an amazing time, which is something that I love to do. And that's the big part that I enjoy.
Shad Eischen is the founder of Pushing for Independence, a very cool nonprofit that helps people with limited mobility explore the ocean with the aid of custom-built paddleboards and surfboards.
We're a nonprofit that's just aimed at helping people with disabilities overcome those challenges and create a community for them and show them that, there's ways to stay physically active and just ways for people to find independence and freedom after their injuries. We've been doing adaptive paddleboarding for the last 4 years. We're just starting our own adaptive surfing program. The water's healing, being on the water, it's like freedom, like the inertia of getting picked up on a wave and feeling unnatural power just moving you is just amazing, And I want to make sure that everyone can experience that type of freedom,
Malia Chow is a biologist who helps protect humpback whales in the Hawaiian Islands and advocates for conservation policies. On an average day, Malia gets to work out on the water with marine mammal scientists, learning and sharing research and new information about humpback whales. Her scientific background combined with this hands-on experience helps her explain the importance of saving the whales to lawmakers and politicians in Washington, D.C.
I'm the sanctuary superintendent of the Humpback Whale Sanctuary. After, 10 or 15 years in academia doing research, I suddenly realized to be really effective at what I do, is particularly in a place like Hawaii, I had to actually get out in the management and policy side. So I made the switch. Now I'm on the management side, and I actually inform management and policy decisions back in Washington, D.C. Because of my background, I'm trying to teach about ocean health and what we need to do to keep the ocean healthy. I think there's a lot of despair and sort of gloom about the direction the environment's going, but I'm very optimistic about human ingenuity and the ability to use science to actually tackle some of these really important problems.
Kevin Wallace is a scientist who turned his love for the ocean, and surfing in particular, into a very unique career as a surf forecaster. As an expert on swells, he gets to work with big wave surfers and consults on championship tour events.
All I wanted to do when I grew up was live at the beach. Went through the process of becoming an ocean lifeguard, and that was like, I was like 19, 20. I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be a lifeguard at the beach. I'm gonna be at the beach all day. As I kind of went through that, and I started learning more and more about the science of surf forecasting, it's really started to appeal to me as well. And I just wanted to learn about it.
So, because I grew up on the North Shore, I understand that a lot of kids growing up want to be surfers because of what we're surrounded by, but that doesn't normally happen just because of the way it all works. Because obviously you got to combine your love for surfing in the ocean with your career. What do you think?
If they're interested in the ocean and the kind of the science aspect of it, there's opportunities there. Whether it's becoming a surf forecaster or whether it's becoming just a marine forecaster or something like that. There aren't many positions like that I'm in, but they do exist.
If you want to help other people develop a love for the ocean, you might want to look into education. Mary Blasius spent the early part of her career doing groundbreaking research on how pollution affects ocean life. Now she's pivoted into teaching marine sciences to help more people learn about and develop a respect for the ocean.
Marine biology is such a broad term. You can really go into such specific pathways. You could be working at an aquarium. You could be a researcher working at a university or a college. And then you can have private research institutes that they're just going out and picking a particular thing that they want to study. So there's just so many different ways that you can go as a marine biologist. For me, I teach at the community college, so I'm teaching oceanography, marine biology, and kind of other marine science related classes. So it's really about having to think about, okay, how am I going to communicate the meat of what these subjects are about to students?
Love the ocean but didn't see the exact right path for you in this video? You can still use this method of mashing up your interests to explore more jobs. Just start with your favorite class or some of the skills you already have on your resume, and then use Google or YouTube to brainstorm careers and companies that will help you stay connected to the ocean. Thanks for watching, and as always, like this video and subscribe to our channel for more tips on how to find the right path for you.